Path Christian Church, just a few announcements. Right after the 11:30 service, we have a new welcome reception, new visitor welcome reception today. I know it would be a long wait for you guys, but if you want to come back at around 1 o'clock for that, it's in the main building, which is a building behind you. And there'll be food. It's a time to interact with the staff and the pastors. And so if you've been visiting today or for months now and would like an opportunity to interact more directly, that would be our great privilege. You're invited to come back for that after the 11:30 service. Next weekend is a very important weekend in the life of our body, our congregation. We have our annual Raise the Praise gathering on Saturday. In the midst of that, we're privileged to baptize about 25 believers in Christ, and very excited about that. You'll hear their testimonies. We hope that you can be a part of that. It starts at 12 next Saturday, kind of a picnic, fun time. It'll roll into the baptisms and then right into just a time of worship. And so you're more than welcome, actually encouraged, urged to be a part of that if you can. And then next Sunday, instead of having our 9:30 a.m. service or 11:30 a.m. service, we have one service only next Sunday. It's a 10:30 a.m. service. And we'll be meeting across the street on our lower soccer fields where we used to hold our Autumn Blaze concerts and things. The goal is to get all of the congregations, the three services together, to worship the Lord, to celebrate all that He is doing. And I'll be completing the book of James next week, and we have felt, since the focus of the end of James is on healing, we have felt the Lord really move us in faith to have a very focused healing service. And so we are in deep prayer and anticipation of the Lord's move. He always moves, but in special times, in special ways, He moves more powerfully. And we expect that next Sunday. And so our prayer teams, the word is going out, and we will be gathered in faith. All of our prayer team members will be there with oil, prepared to anoint with oil, as James tells us, seeking healing. If you need physical healing, please come. If you have friends or family members who need physical healing, emotional healing, or whatever that healing is needed, we don't control the Lord, of course, but we have felt the Lord move us to have a focused service of healing, so we have great anticipation. And after the unified worship gathering and healing service next Sunday, we'll be kind of marching right over to the Zarephath Ministry Center, kind of through it actually, in a worship time of celebration. And wow, just so important, if you can come to be a part of the worship next Sunday, that would be wonderful. So just a test to see if you've listened to any word I've said so far. What time is the worship service next Sunday? 10:30. How many of you will be showing up at 11:30? Oh. Or like my son. My son comes to the 12:15 service. So if you come 9:30, you're good. You'll be on time. You can worship and be in prayer. So you guys are great. It's more the 11:30 service, guys, that I'm worried about. And just a word of praise. We, as you know, we have a food pantry, part of my neighbor's ministry, that provides food for hundreds and hundreds of families in need. And you faithfully give, and we need you to continue to faithfully give. When you shop, I always ask, when you shop, when I shop, always try to pick up an extra bag for those in need. Pick up the essentials that are so needed, and we present those to you. The things that tend to be needed greatly are rice, pasta, cereal, tuna fish, canned goods that don't expire, those types of things. So please continue to do that, diligently do that. But we also are so grateful to our brothers and sisters at Liquid Church because they just had a gathering and they packed 1,600 bags of food from my neighbor's pantry. Yeah. And also kind of just funny, because they did it in a way with children, and they set a Guinness Book of World Record for the most, I think if I remember the category, the most food packed by children in 3 minutes or less, I think is kind of what the category was. Yeah, so we are dear friends with our brothers and sisters at Liquid Church. As a matter of fact, one of the beautiful things the Lord is doing these days is unifying churches in our area as we work together for the kingdom. Yeah, and that's our heart, and that's the heart of a growing number of churches, to not allow denominational labels or doctrinal distinctives to separate us from the work of the gospel. And that's a beautiful thing. So, hey, if you have friends at Liquid, reach out to them and say thank you, okay? And certainly we're doing that with the pastors, and we're so grateful for that. But we still have ongoing needs. The families have ongoing needs, right? This was a one-off. We still need to remember the needs of My Neighbor's Ministries. Another amazing ministry that we are so privileged to be a part of is the Zarephath Health Center, which is located right next to My Neighbor's Pantry across the street. And the Zarephath Health Center has been in existence since 2003, led by Doctors John and Alida Eck, and a team of physicians, nurses, healthcare professionals, counselors, right, who come alongside and work with, again, with hundreds and literally thousands of men, women, and children who are uninsured or underinsured. You see, this is what it looks like to love Jesus and to serve Him. This is what the gospel looks like when it's lived out, and Zarephath Health Center has been doing that faithfully. And so we're going to watch a brief video clip and hear a word from Dr. John and Alida.
I need to do. I want to impart the same love that God has shown me to take care of a patient.
Just take a deep breath.
It ennobles me and it ennobles the patient.
Dr. Alida Eck and her husband John spend 6 hours a week volunteering in a free healthcare clinic that they started together in Somerset, New Jersey.
That's good. It came down a little bit.
We'll see people come in with sore throats, earaches, typical upper respiratory infections. They'll have abdominal pain, urinary tract infections. We diagnose many new cases of diabetes.
Toma una cada día.
People that just find themselves sick with no money and no insurance, and they're terrified.
A ver si tengo las gotas y le voy a dar, ¿ok?
Muy bien.
Ok, muy bien.
Muchas gracias.
The moral issue is that person in need deserves care regardless of their ability to pay.
Some of the patients who show up here aren't technically uninsured. They're covered by Medicaid, which is the government's insurance program for the poor. So why come to a free clinic?
Okay.
Medicaid recipients often have a lot of trouble finding anyone who will treat them because the program pays doctors so little. In fact, Eck only sees Medicaid patients in her volunteer clinic because she can't afford to treat them in her private practice.
If you're getting reimbursed $17 for a visit, it won't be long before you have to close your doors because you can't pay your staff. I'm not sure who gets paid, but somebody is getting all that money, and it's not those who actually touch the patients.
A card that says you have health insurance is not health care.
Ovik Roy is a senior fellow at the New York City-based think tank, the Manhattan Institute, and he specializes in healthcare policy.
All too often, people who claim to care for the poor say, I'm going to give you this card that says you have health insurance. My work is done. You figure it out. But the hard work is actually making sure that person gets treated.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I'm done, right? I can go now?
For one thing, Medicaid recipients are more likely to die of cancer.
Because they can't see doctors, they get diagnosed later at a stage of the disease where it's too late and they can't be cured.
That's the implication of a study published in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute, which found that when compared to the privately insured, Medicaid recipients were more likely to have late-stage cancer when first diagnosed. It's also difficult for Medicaid patients to find qualified surgeons who will treat them. A University of Virginia study found that when Medicaid patients checked into the hospital for surgery, they were about twice as likely as the privately insured to die there. Even patients with no insurance were more likely to make it out of the hospital alive than Medicaid recipients. Because President Obama and much of Congress are concerned primarily with the symbolism of providing all Americans with health insurance, Medicaid is about to get a whole lot bigger, despite its failings.
Our children, they're going to grow up.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks so much. You can see the rest of that video. It's on Facebook. If you like me on Facebook, you can watch that. And that was made by Reason TV, which is a secular organization down in Washington, D.C. They came up, and that's what we produced. They produced that for us, and I thought they did a great job. But you'll hear the rest of it, and then you'll understand why I'm running for Congress. It'll all come out. Two things about the Zarephath Health Center I'd like to tell you about. It's over across the street next to the Children's Ministry Center, and you can help. We're only open 3 times a week. It's from 10 till 2 on Mondays and Thursdays, and 7 till 9 or 10 or whenever on Wednesday night. And if you come, you'll just meet people that are in need, and you can just be their friend. You can just talk to them. You can help with the front desk. You can do there's clerical work to be done. If you're a nurse, that'd be wonderful. If you're a doctor, that would be terrific, because maybe we could be open more hours. But that's one thing you can do as the people from Zarephath. Another thing, talk about the churches working together. We're about to go on the road. We want to tell other churches about the Zarephath Health Center, how they could be doing the same thing. And really, we would be solving a huge problem. So if you want to help us facilitate that, let me know. We're going to be in the back at the end, and you can write, you can just give us your contact information, and just kind of be with us. We'll go there, it'll be like an hour and a half, and it'll be all different times. And if we just have other people along with us, that would be a help. But John and I will do the presenting, and then we'll see what we can do about putting together, because lots of churches should be doing this, and it's really the way to solve the healthcare crisis in the United States. Thanks.